I want to talk about something that doesn't get near enough attention: heavy periods. I mean the kind where you're having to change your pad or tampon or other collection method every single hour, where you have to cancel plans or you can't go to work because you just don't know when you're going to be leaking, the kind where you just feel completely physically and emotionally drained for the whole time that you're on your period. That used to be me every single month, and if that's you, you're not alone, and it's definitely not something that you just have to grin and bear until you reach menopause. Heavy bleeding can happen for so many reasons. It could be fibroids, endometriosis, adenomyosis, it could be stress, it could be even low iron levels. And it's always a good idea to go and check with your GP and ask them if there's any investigations that they could do to rule out some kind of serious physiological cause. If they can't find anything, however, then there are some gentle and natural ways that you can find that will support your body with heavy bleeding. I want to introduce a couple of herbs that were absolute game changers for me personally with my heavy bleeding. So the first one is called shepherd's purse. Its Latin name, if you're going to buy it by yourself and you want to make sure you're getting the correct thing, is Capsella bursa pastoris. You can find this little plant growing everywhere where grass grows, and for this reason I like to think of it as nature's first aid. It helps tone the uterus and reduce menstrual blood flow, and it helps with stemming blood flow from cuts and other injuries generally. It's not a cure-all, but it is definitely a lifesaver on those really heavy days. Next is yarrow, which has the Latin name of Achillea millefolium, which is interesting because it's connected to Achilles, who had his weak spot as his heel, the Achilles heel. I'm not sure what I'm allowed to say on this app, but Achilles, as I remember it, was a figure in Greek mythology who was invulnerable all over his body because he had been dipped into a pot when he was a baby, but his only vulnerable spot was his ankle because that's where he was held while he was dipped into this pot. He unalived from wound to his ankle. So this points to the wound healing and blood stemming properties of yarrow. It's a herb that's great for balancing blood flow, supporting circulation generally, and stemming heavy bleeding. It's also anti-inflammatory, so it can help with menstrual pain that can accompany heavy bleeding. And just a heads up, it tastes very bitter. So if I were to include it in a tea mix, I would include nicer tasting herbs like cinnamon, chamomile, peppermint that would help to mask that bitter flavour. Another herb is the humble nettle. You've probably seen this if you've walked anywhere in the UK. Nettle isn't necessarily specific to heavy bleeding, but it is a herb that can help with the side effects. So it's packed with iron and other minerals and nutrients that will help replenish your body if you are somebody who regularly bleeds quite a lot through your menstrual period. Nettle is really gentle, and so it's safe to use long term. And what's really interesting is that animals that live on fields like cows and horses will go and chew on nettle leaves when they're pregnant. I do need to add that herbs are just one piece of a much larger puzzle. If you are dealing with heavy periods, obviously go to your doctor. Think about your stress levels, your diet. As a herbalist, I would look at your liver function because your liver plays a vital role in the processing of hormones in the body. I know from experience that heavy periods can feel really overwhelming, and you can often feel too drained to be able to find a solution for the problem. But if you're tired of trying to find a solution on your own, I am available. One of my favorite things about herbal medicine is there is no one-size-fits-all solution. No herbal tea or tincture blend that I make will be the same from client to client because I understand that every woman's body is different, every woman's circumstances are different, and that's why my consultations usually last a minimum of an hour because I ask loads of in-depth questions about your health history, how you currently feel, and other situations in your life that may be contributing to your health issues. I offer free 15-minute consultations where we can speak, find out a little bit about where you are, and I can explain how herbs might be able to help you with the issues you're facing. If that kind of support sounds like something you might want, you can visit my website nalediwellness.org to book a free 15-minute consultation.